Hey guys, so this is another cooking video and I decided that I wanted to try something kind of out of the ordinary and something that I've never cooked before. So today I am cooking ramen noodle miso flavored soup. So I am going to be using like those instant ramen like the square packs. I bought a big box of the shrimp flavored. Gonna save the packets, I guess, for something else, the flavor packets, but just use the noodles from that. You could use like authentic Japanese or noodles or something like that, authentic ramen noodles, but I decided that I would do something with the instant ramen packets. So there's a bunch of ingredients that you need. So I'll have them listed in the description box down below. So if you want to make this, you quick have a list of what it is, but I'll just kind of tell you what ingredients I'm using as I go along. So let's get started cooking. So I'm going to start by chopping the vegetables. It says to use one small carrot, but I have baby carrots, so I'm just going to use a few baby carrots. But I'm doubling the recipe because it says it's for 2 and I'm making for 4. So I'm gonna chop these carrots thinly sliced, I guess, and put them in this bowl. So that was a task and a half, especially with long nails. I ended up just cutting up that much. That should be enough. Yeah. So now it's time to chop up the cabbage. So the recipe says I need 1.5 cups. Since I'm doubling it, I need 3. So I have this to measure out the cups. All right, so we have the 3 cups of chopped cabbage in here. All right, so we're gonna start with a large skillet. That's what I have chosen. Or if you have a wok, you can use that. It asks for 1 teaspoon of ground ginger, minced ginger. I added 2 because double the recipe, and 1 clove of garlic, and I had the jar of minced, so I just did 1 teaspoon of the minced. That'll probably even out to 2 cloves of garlic. So it says to add ground pork. I decided I wanted chicken instead, so I'm going to add that. I just have the Purdue chicken like this, but I'm gonna cut it a little bit smaller. And I've also added 1 teaspoon of canola oil. I forgot to do that in the beginning. You're supposed to heat it on medium heat. So I'm just gonna heat it with all the stuff in there. I'm going to skip the first step since my chicken is already cooked. But if you're using like raw chicken or the raw ground pork, just make sure that you cook it. It says for about 5 minutes. So I'm just gonna go on to the next step. So I mixed it, and I am going to let it get a little bit hot before adding the vegetables in. But the next step is to add the carrots, the cabbage, and then remember I'm doubling, and 2 cups of bean sprouts in. So I'm going to do that after it starts like sizzling a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to add the carrots. Cabbage. And the bean sprouts, and we're just gonna mix that all up. So we're just going to let that cook until the vegetables are soft. So over on this burner over here, I have a pot of water that I am heating up for the noodles. So with the ginger like cooking in there and the garlic and all those vegetables, this smells amazing already. So I'm going to add 8 warm cups of water because it said 4, but I'm doubling. So I've added the water. Now I add 4 teaspoons of bouillon chicken powder. I just had the cubes, so I just kind of broke them up and threw them in there. 2 teaspoons of sugar and 4 teaspoons of soy sauce. So I need to put in another 2 because that was just 2 teaspoons. So I've traded my spatula for a spoon. Gonna mix all that together and bring it to a boil. So I'm gonna turn up the heat to medium high and let that boil. So now it's boiling and I turn it down to low heat. Just kind of give it a quick stir, and it's time to add the miso paste and the sesame oil. So I'm adding 8 teaspoons of the miso paste and 1 teaspoon of the sesame oil. So now that the water is boiling, I'm going to cook 4 packs of the ramen noodles, just with no flavor packets, just the noodles. Just put the flavor packets to the side. And I'm gonna cook them till they're just cooked. You don't want them to be mushy. So probably for like 3 minutes, maybe 4. So now they're done and it's time to drain them. So now you take the drained noodles and put them in a bowl. Technically you're supposed to have like a larger bowl, but this is the size I have. And then you pour the soup mixture over top of it. All right, so here it is all in my bowl, and there's the noodles. So let's see how it tastes. I got a fork because the noodles and whatnot. So we'll try it with the noodles, and then I'll probably need a spoon halfway through to eat the broth and whatever. So let's get a good array of stuff. It smells amazing, by the way. I go to the farmer's market, me and my husband, a lot. Near the Fairgrounds Mall where we live. And they have this authentic Japanese ramen place there that we get these ramen bowls at, and it smells pretty similar to that. Now the only difference is they put like these weird like doughy kind of cutouts on the top that are like I don't know how to explain it. They're kind of like, they have designs on it, and they're like cut out into a design, and they put them on top. They do have like bamboo stalk kind of things in there, and an egg, a poached egg on the top, like cut in half, like long ways, and they're really good. But I didn't add all those things to this, but let's try it. That is pretty amazing. The taste is extremely similar. And it was a little bit pricey getting all the things, but let me tell you, it's a lot cheaper than just buying a bowl because you're getting it for the whole family. And there's some ingredients that you're getting that you're only using a little bit out of it. So you have more for more meals. Like that miso paste, I got a bag about this big. That's the smallest size they had. It was like 7 something. That's gonna last me. I only needed 8 teaspoons out of that whole bag. The minced garlic, the minced ginger, that was also something that I can use more of. The soy sauce and the sugar I didn't have to buy, but you're only using a little bit of that. The sesame oil, only a little bit of. The canola oil, only a little bit of. So if you do want to make it again, you still have some of the ingredients and you're not spending an arm and a leg. So I spent about $35 altogether on ingredients, but those ingredients are going to last me for a while. So, but $35 for an entire meal for 4 people, I feel like is not that bad. And a lot of stuff, some of the stuff like the water, obviously, the sugar, if you have soy sauce in your house and bouillon, a lot of people have all that stuff already. If you have that stuff in the house, that's less money that's going towards your meal anyways. So I would say if you don't have any of the ingredients on hand, it'll probably come out to like maybe $45, maybe $50 altogether. But if you do, it's going to be a lot cheaper. But anyways, this was not like a huge budget meal, but I thought it would be something neat to make from budget stuff like ramen noodles. There's so many people that I know that just have ramen noodles sitting in their cabinet, and it definitely spices it up and makes it a great meal to have instead of just boiling the noodles and putting in the flavor packet. So this was an amazing idea that I had today because I love it. My kids are excited to try it. So is my husband. So yeah, that is everything for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. Have an awesome day. Bye.